it's Special Game 75 Birthday, and today we're playing Sakura Spirits Episode 9. So, yeah, let's get started. After pulling her top back down, the girl stomped out of the room, huffing and crossing her arms. Wow, she seemed quite irritated now. Now she's irritated, guys, so perhaps this was another side effect from the spell. As she left, she slammed the door behind her, making the room rattle. I am sorry for that. She gets like that. This sometimes quite stubborn and indignant that something does not go the way she wants it to. Reminds me of someone, but no need to apologize. I must confess though, my actions were not exactly completely genuine. I have grown quite fond of having you around. This promise that you made, do you really think you can keep it? Of course, even if I have to spend the rest of my life at the shrine shouting the serene name, I'll make sure to return to this world. Takaka. The girl knelt beside me and hugged me tightly, completely out of the blue. I didn't really know how to react, so I just sat there letting her do it. I'm so happy to hear you say that. The idea that soon you might just walk back into your own world, and that you would be it, not see you ever again. I do not think I could handle that. While judo's an important thing in my life, the precious friendships I forge are equally important. So you can be certain about the fact you won't get rid of me so easily. I know that. Will make the guards happy to hear too. Takakun, thank you. I smiled briefly at Michiko while I felt another dizziness spell. Decided to lay down upon one of the futon. I explained with a weak smile. I'm sorry, Michiko-chan, but I think I'll be sleeping for a little longer. Take all the time you need. Take all the time in the world. We'll be here when you wake up, so get your strength back. Sleep well, Tanaka. Yeah, sleep well. And with those words, I closed my eyes, hearing the Kitsune's whisper something under her breath before leaving the room, allowing me to slip away into the world of dreams. Man, several days later, it had been around 3 days after that when I learned about the fact the village had planned some sort of festival. I wasn't certain about the details, but the girls had been adamant about the fact I wouldn't have needed to visit the village tonight. This might be something good. However, because it was still early in the morning, I decided that I would check the kitchen and figure out if I could prepare the Kitsune and my sisters a meal to show my gratitude towards them. It was shortly after I reached to the kitchen that the sound of the cheerful humming made me realize that someone's already inside. Hello? Someone up before me? It can't be Michiko. She sleeps till noon. Come on, Taki. I whipped up a treat just for you. Mika? My words quickly trailed off. When I entered the kitchen, I found Mika running around excitedly around the place. Not that by myself it would have been a reason for me to be surprised. In the end, I had already learned the girl was the cook of the Kitsune family, but man, it was her lack of clothes that gave me more than enough reason to panic. Mika, what in the world are you wearing? Good morning. Tekini, do you like it? Chisuri gave them to me especially. Really? Yes, absolutely. Wait a moment, if your sister saw you like this, the apocalypse will unfold. So be quiet and she won't wake up. I can't decide who of those two the more dangerous one is. Why did Chisuri even give you that apron? What happened to your other clothes? Don't tell me you traded them for the apron. No, silly, that'd be dumb. You gave them to me. It's not just the apron, looky. On these two, he told me I should wear underwear. I entirely agree with the underwear part, but underwear and an apron alone are considered a normal outfit. Not that I wouldn't mind you walking around like that every now and then. Now you're just being a liar. I asked Tisu-chan what I couldn't do to make a human from your world like me. She told me men from your world love being woken up by a girl wearing just undies and an apron, who will cook breakfast for them. She even gave me a pair of her own underwear so I could do that for you. Wow. I will say that's not true, but there's a certain order to things to follow. You're skipping the best friend event straight for the wifely duty scene. Oh, I thought we were already friends. Oh, really? Wow, Takumi, you're being so mean. I just wanted to do something nice for you. I even whipped out my special waffle just for you for breakfast. Of course, we're friends already, but I coughed deeply and averted my gaze for a moment. Remember that talk about unfair advantages with that promise bit? Right now, you're not cheating, but outright hacking your way to victory. Well, I'm not hacking anything. I break some eggs, but I didn't cut anything up. That's something a scary mule would do. It's a term from my world that we use for when someone is playing a game and uses certain means to totally win no matter what the other side does. But this time, I shall remain silent. Just promise me to change back in your clothes before your sister seizes you. Yay, I promise, I promise. Would you like me to create my special waffle just for you? Or would you like to put it on there yourself? No, just regular is fine. The fox girl smiled, and with a few clattering plates, walked over to me, leaning down to put the plate onto the table in front of me. I guess I was given a full view of her cleavage, and as she walked away, I found myself intently focused on her tail, so as to avoid looking at anything else. Maybe I should take some up to Oni-sama too. After all, I want her to like me too. Do you think she'd like me if I gave her breakfast like this? You absolutely can't do that, Michael Jam. I can promise you that your sister absolutely likes you a lot, and I sense the depth and trigger if you head upstairs. Okay, since you're allowed to come into the village now, Oni-sama and I have been invited to the festival tonight. Oh, you should come with us. It'll be so much fun. That smells amazing. Miko-chan, have you been making waffles again? Ah, no, Takumi. Run, get out of here. Run away before she seizes you. Ah, damn. Feeling like Shimigami's skin fever resisting against my neck with every step we heard Miko take. Her footfalls slowly descended down the stairs. I quickly worked out that staying here would lead me to be put into one hell of a huge misunderstanding. I'll leave her to you. And with those words, I darted out of the kitchen and into the woods. It appeared it was just in time because a shrill scream and a thunderous roar from the kitchen mansion. Despite feeling grateful for the waffles and the lingering imagination that Mako gave me, I didn't dare to stay behind. For her sister's wrath, I continued running into the woods, making a beeline past the trees, descending further into the less transverse parts of the forest. Hopefully I could have been able to hide myself here long enough for Michiko to calm down. However, it was after a while that the sound of a familiar voice whispered in my ear, causing me to grind to a halt. You seem to be in a hurry, Sakura. Oh man, I spat around the spot and saw the one person I had at least expected with her tail sway eagerly behind her. The spirit of the shrine had decided to grace me with her presence. Oh, it's her, Tatsuri. Or rather, you look as if you're being chased by a demon. That's awfully ironic coming from you. Well, I do enjoy looking out for lost little children in my forest. Teasing aside, you seem to be enjoying yourself. There is a certain charm to this place, and the people that inhabits this realm. Somehow I seem to think the reason behind the fun is more specific. I guess you're responsible for Mako's silly behavior for the past few days. Perhaps, but there's a good reason behind it. Like getting a wedding sash? Hardly. That's too simple of a go. There is a greater problem at the hand that requires your attention. It seems that your ticket back home shall be arriving quite soon. How lucky for you, just in time for you to play with your little game of violence. And unfortunately for you, there's only one seat. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying that I'm about to return to my role sometime soon. That's correct. Soon, you'll be gone, and I'll finally be free to play with my Machi-tan again. Free from her curious little infatuation with you. Then what about this problem you mentioned? You'll figure that out soon enough. But I'll give you a hint, my boy. To solve this problem is something you can do. None from this world will have the solution. For a moment, the spirit gaze seemed to shift sideways, clearly thinking about something before she hummed happily. Anyway, that is all you get out of me. Don't disappoint me now, Tahiro. It's unwise to do. Oh God. And with those words, the spirit stepped backwards, seemingly fading away into the scenery, as if she had been just a simple illusion all along. Her comments have worried me a little, and if there was going to be some sort of problem, I felt it would be the best for me to inform the girls. But who would I end up warning? Like, literally, who would I? Perhaps I should head back to the village to see what they think. After going to the Kisses mansion to talk to the sisters. I don't even know. I don't even know what to do. It's going might be hard of a thing, but you know, sometimes you literally gotta tell the Kitsunes. In the end, I decided it was best to return to the Kitsune mansion. Perhaps Michiko would have calmed down enough. And I did feel guilty about leaving Miko to deal with her all by herself. I had to walk back towards the Kitsune mansion, and to my surprise, I saw Michiko sitting outside. On the steps, I vaguely considered turning around again, but she saw me and gestured towards me. Crap. Sit down, Tycoon. I need to talk to you. I go faintly and walk up to the steps. Sitting beside her, we sat in silence for a few minutes until she cleared her throat. I love my sister, Takakun, dearly. However, recently, I have found myself resenting her for the time she gets to spend with you. I don't know how to deal with this. I find myself in an unfair situation after an unfair situation. Oh, I spoke with Mako earlier. You have to come to an agreement. We'll both wait. We both trust you. Takakun, we are both going to wait until you fulfill your promise to return, before we try to win you. There will be no flirting from me. No more silly antics from Mako-chan. I am sorry to have dragged you into our little familiar feud, but I fear it could not be helped. There's no need to be worried. Machiko-chan. As a friend of your family, I expect you two to talk to me if something like that bothers you. However, I'm happy the two of you were able to solve your feud, and grateful you two will wait for my return. But I hope you will prepare well. The battle will be intense. When you return, Mako says she would like to apologize to you. I believe she is in her room right now. Then I shall prepare myself for the greatest battle ever fought. But I shall head up to Mako-chan's room right away. I dashed past Michiko, who nodded as I walked past, lounging back on the deck in the mid-morning sun. I clambered the stairs of the mansion, looking around at what appeared to be the aftermath of their discussion. Thankfully, my lucky stars that I hadn't been around to witness or experience it. Mako-chan, I'm coming in. Michiko said you want to speak to me. Wait, no. Oh man. As I pushed the door open, I heard the yelp too late. Her skirt halfway up her hip, her hands clasped around her chest. Mako let out the shriek as I entered. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were changing. Get out of here, get out. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. As I was caught up, I tried to return from the room up into something warm and soft. Down to the gas as I tumbled backwards into Mako's room. Mako, and after our talk, honestly, I can't trust you two. To keep your top on at all these days, can I? Wait on this, I didn't do anything this time. I promise, I swear I didn't do anything. I was just trying to get changed. Technique%. Oh, yes! Really? It was an accident. I didn't even know Mako was in there. I'll try to find her. Honestly, you two don't think I have forgotten what happened earlier? You two are definitely up to something. Honestly, I swear. Honestly, Michiko, this was all just a big mistake. Fine. I believe you. Mako, you're my sister, and I love you and trust you. Takeru, you're a pervert who loves picking two girls, but I trust you too. Really though, you should knock, and then wait before entering a room. What if it had to be the sooner you tried, your head would have been quickly left your shoulders behind. I'm terrified right now how right your statement would have been. Nevertheless, I want to let you two know I don't mind attending the festival with you both. At least if you wanted to accompany a peaking pervert like me, I had the last bit with them. I have the last bit with a bit of a dramatic song. If I was hurt by the comment, I honestly, a scolded puppy could learn a thing or two about my pitiful expression just now. Oh, I could swear that nice friendly thing that Tsu-chan gave to me. You remember the one that she said she wanted to see on you, but when you saw it, you turned white, and then you kind of fainted, and when you woke up, you shrieked. Wow, Tsu-chan gave it to me when you were asleep and told me to keep it just in case. As she said this, she giggled to herself and leaned towards her draw, reaching for it with both hands. I let a fourth of a yelp as I slapped a hand over my eyes, turning my head away from her as she began to pull through the clothes, searching for the one she was after. Mako, change first, then consider your wardrobe. However, I do have one small request. Do not wear anything Tsuri has given you. Aw, no fair. Tsu-chan gives me such a nice skirts and tops. She's really generous. You should wear some of them sometimes. Oh, Onishima, does that include the pan? No, stop. Keep those on. You are completely hopeless. Taka-kun, thank you very much for your invitation. We will both graciously accept your invite. I think it's best for me to turn around and wait us outside. Michiko-chan, I feel more confident if you help your sister with the choice of wardrobe. If the villagers saw her in that outfit, I found myself wondering idly what would happen if Miko ended up going to the festival while wearing only an apron panties. The girls asked me to meet them on the outskirts of the village, so I wandered ahead of them. Barely 10 minutes went by, they arrived, wearing their usual clothes. I had to admit, I was a little disappointed. I had to hope to see them in their fancy clothing. This would be the first time we've interacted with the village as a whole. I figured it would be a prudent idea to make a positive first impression, not a weird one. I'm sure you two would be fine. The past weeks has really helped the village a lot in realizing not all spirits are troublemakers. Honestly, look, it's so pretty, all those lights. It was stunning to see the village like this. The villagers had really gone all out, making the whole place glow. The flickering candlelights dancing in the light, even breeze. It was a beautiful sight to behold. Thank you for all of us to see it. Taka-kun, without you, I doubt we would have been allowed anywhere near the village on this night, let alone inside the festival itself. It actually reminds me of festivals in my world. So I guess in a way, I'm able to show a little bit of my world to both of you tonight. I smiled cheerfully while thinking about my own test, my own city. Yeesh. Despite the different era and likely evil world, I could easily place a connection between this festival and the days the city was filled with all sorts of decorations, and people could visit various spots in the city to play games. It actually made me feel a little bit homesick. Telling me something wrong. Oh no, there's nothing wrong, Miko-chan. I was simply thinking about my world. Let's not dwell on unhappy things, shall we? Look over there. That's a rather fun game. I know I'll be able to beat you in it any day. want to explain how this rules to fair maidens in my company. Shit. I am sure we could love to play along with you. Takakun, please tell us. At my suggestions, the three of us made our way to one of the festival stalls where a makeshift river was built in front of it. Tiny goldfishes were eagerly swimming back and forth in this thing that might have resembled a fish tank for my world. The rules are pretty simple. You'll be given a small bowl and a little paper net, which we call a poi in my world. You got to use the net to scoop the fishes out of the water. However, the tricky thing is that the net is really fragile, so you're not careful it will break. The one who captures the most out of us three is the winner. Before I forget, you're usually allowed to take home one of the fishes you catch. Ah, all these are my fishies. Yes, you can keep one if you win. I would love to watch you two play Takakun, but I feel that this is not a game for me. Here, the elder was kind enough to give me a small amount of money for my work here this past week. Enjoy yourselves. May the best fisher win. I'm going to catch the fishy. I couldn't help but grin at Mako's change of demeanor when she was told that she would be allowed to keep the fish. If she caught one, the girl's excitement got the best of her. After several glorious scoops with the boy, little scoop tore apart, and Mako's game without a single fish caught. The dejection expressed on the girl's face made me feel sorry for her, and instead I moved behind her, gently pressing my own poi into her hand, while I rested my hands on top of her own. Let's work together to catch one. Mako-chan, just follow my motions. It's a game that requires you to be patient. First, you got to get the whole thing wet. If it's only partly wet, it'll rip in no time at all. Let the poi flow in the water. Don't let it struggle against it. Hold it at an angle. Wait. When the fish gets close, scoop it up from the head, trying to avoid the tail, as that could also break the net. And then you could just slip it into the bowl. I showed her the best way to scoop and move back, watching her focus intently upon the water. She did not move for almost a minute, until she suddenly twitched her arm and made a little squeak. There was a small splash and faint rip of paper. Yes, I got one. Thank you so much. I caught a goldfish. Goldfish. Excellent work. You'll have a goldfish to keep at the match and take good care of it. The store owner bagged the fish out for me in a special water-filled bag, and I gently petted the girl's head while I walked back to Machiko. The girl seemed to be focused rather intently on some match that resembled all sorts of traditional yokai in my world, making me feel curious what she was thinking about. Oni-sama, I got a fishy. Isn't it cute? Oh, well done, Chieko. It is absolutely adorable. Takani, I am a little curious about these masks. You want to buy one, Michiko-chan? I got some money myself from the time I helped the guards. I am more curious as to their purpose. The store owner seemed to be evading the answer when I asked him. Haha, well, in my world, they said to ward off the evil spirits. Perhaps he believes they do the same. Well then, I would most certainly like one. If nothing else, it would go a long way to prove that I most certainly am not an evil spirit. I think the villagers are convinced of that already. No way can two pretty kitties be evil spirits. I would still make a mask. Still like a mask though. For reasons. Okay, so I want to wear one of the pretty masks. I got a little jealous that Mako got to do something fun. Then I should pick a mask for you. The kissy nodded herself, pouting a little, trying to indicate that she didn't really care. When in reality I knew that she wanted me to pick one for her. Well, if you must. immediately started to look through the masks, tried to think of what mask to pick for her. There were cute ones, intimidating ones, and downright weird types I had never seen before. And in the end, I picked one of the cute masks. I wasn't sure what type of mask of yokai it was, because the mask seemed to be representing something else than yokai, making me wonder if they were in fact modeled after someone else. Look, my Chico-chan, isn't it cute? I held the mask before her, kind of. Looked like the face of a feline creature, and the mental picture I had of Michiko putting it on. Her fox ears poking out from it. From on top of the cat, mask made me on the verge of getting stuck in a laughing fit. It is very nice. Thank you, Takakun. I will treasure it always. Put it on. Show us that you're not an evil spirit. Here. I may need a little scissors getting over my ears. No, it's perfect. Like that. It combines the charms of Kitsune and the feline grace of the... I guess it's a Nekomatata. I was starting to snicker when suddenly the sound of rush footsteps went into our direction. Takakun, there's troubles. The moment I turned towards the voice, I saw the village elder rushing towards our side, seemingly in a panic. While I started to notice something, the festival had suddenly became eerily quiet. The wild spirit is back, and she brought her companions. What? Anisama. Wait, what are you saying? They are here at the festival. Yes, they seem agitated about something. Sakura. What has she done now? But you have to hurry. Tsukino, Dono, and Narumi-chan are about to fight them, and without your aid, they will surely be the best by their superior numbers. I need more time to prepare a spell, Anisama. Don't know if I can do it right away. Don't worry, Mako-chan. I'm sure we'll think of something. Mako, I got an idea, but I'm going to need your help for it. For now, let's rush to their location. Where are they, Elder-san? Near the bonfire at the center of the festival grounds. Nodding my head at the Kitsune, the third bus rushed into the direction of the Elder had mentioned, hoping we arrived in time. It wasn't long enough before we reached the center of the town. As luck would have it, we arrived just as the other two girls were getting there, and the center of the bonfire had been put out. And climbing up the support structure and were shapes. One of them recognized as the slime girl, Sakura, but the other three I had not been seen before. What's going on? Why did you come to ruin the festival? What the hell? Sakura? You're the mean pest from before. Ah, so he's the meaning human who made Michiko-chan and Miko-chan betray us. Well, it's the villagers their own fault. That's right, those wicked humans didn't invite us to their own party. That was really mean of them. Oh crap! We betrayed no one. You four are the ones causing all the troubles. We are simply trying to get along with humans to work together. All you ever do is cause trouble and perform selfish acts. You were not invited because you could not be trusted. You have ruined our bonfire, terrorized the villagers, and upset proceedings. Oh shoot. It's gonna be a big battle. All because you felt you were snubbed. All because of your own actions you have? No one to blame for your exclusive but yourselves. Ah, it's the monkey girl with the sharp stick. It's the slime with the stupid face. That could have been better, but I applaud your effort. Nice work, Mio-chan. Yeah, Mio-chan. Do you remember the spells we spotted on the way on the other day while you were showing me your books? I think so. The one and the other one that were like the one I did before. It is worried that I know exactly what the girl is referring to. Do you think you can do both of them? I know it's actually a lot of you, but I believe in you. I know you can do it. Yeah, go, Miko-chan. Alright, let's get it. Do you think I would fall for some of the same thing again? Ha, sisters, we should show them as we foursome are undefeatable. Foursome? As the sisters surged towards us, Mako unleashed her first spell. The glowing light billowed up from her hands and shot forward. As the spell struck the yellow-green girl head-on, but seemed to have no negative impact onto her. As they got in close, Sakura shifted to the front, and the twin blades of the Narumi and Mio struck. the sights as a large ball of pink slime shot towards me, and I barged into one of the other slime girls. Curiously, my body did not enter hers, and she had quite some mass to her. I mean, it's a lot of mass. Magic can hurt. Basically, physical attack cannot hurt me. We are completely undefeatable. Surrender your village to us, and we might just let you all keep living here as our toys. This is bad. Maybe not. Mako, use the other spell, the second one. The woman nodded and began to cast stabbing in front of Mako, who seemed to be preparing something with her staff. It was strange. Man, I did not recall seeing that staff around, and she usually did not carry with her, but she had access to it now? Well, it won't work. It'll just... Trust me, Mako-chan. I wouldn't ask you to do anything pointless, would I? Okay, as Sakura kept 2 cards busy, the other 2 slime girls began taunting us and throwing discarded fruit. The yellow one stood up tall, prepared to take the blast from the magical attack. Ha! I yelled loudly, performing a long leap to get close to her, slamming into her at full speed, knocking her over as I had thought would happen. The girl let out a shock yelp and spell soared past, hitting Sakura in the back. A high-pitched scream escaped from the pink slime girls while she looked at us with a look of anger. That hurts. How did you do that, Tiffany? Yeah, how did you push her over? Our blades are doing nothing. I just said, she's the one who immune to physical attacks. The others can be hit and cut as normal. And that is absolutely perfect for her, for what I have got right there. Special present from the guardian of the shrine herself, Takedi Narutan Yatsu-chan. Hold them tight. As one, we nodded and charged towards the 3 other slimes. Mako had Sakura in the grasp of her spell, and the pink girl could barely move thanks to her power. The slime girls had clearly not been expecting this sort of comeback. With barely any fight, we each had the girls in holds similar to the ones I had used on the Neo a little while ago. I hope you girls aren't claustrophobic. It's going to get a little tight. One by one, Ichigo brought the glass jar to each of the slimes. She opened it and pressed it to their stomachs. The jar seemed to pull at them, slowly drawing them down into the jars, trapping what appeared to be a tiny version of each of the girls within each jar. She pushed the lids back onto each one and displayed them proudly to cheers from the townspeople around us. Wow, thank goodness you were around, Ichigo-chan, and you too, Mako-chan. We owe you a great debt of gratitude. No, my sisters, why did you do that to them? Why are you so intent on ruining all our fun? And Sakura, take a moment to look around you. Look at the destruction, look at the damage. How could this possibly be fun? Terrorizing people, scaring them, and destroying what they work for? How would you feel if I came to your home and stole your food and drinks and wrecked your place? I never really thought about it like that. We just wanted to play with humans like you do. The spell seemed to dissipate from the woman as Mako collapsed to one side. Thankfully, I had been anticipating this. I caught her in my arms with ease. The 3 of us looked to Sakura, who was slowly standing up. And you and your sisters can play with us. You just need to be careful. Mako and I are proof that humans and spirits can get along. But what about my sisters? They're fine. They're just jars are temporarily holding dimensions. History designed them to holy things far larger than your sister. Slime Geek Sakura. If you're truly a representative, then I, as head of the village guard, am authorized to allow your release. However, before I do, I need you to swear an oath. Do you swear that you and your sister will not cause problems in this village, that you will work towards helping us or protecting us? In return, we are prepared to offer you access to our supplies, and as you put it, we will play with you. What is she saying in simple terms? You're welcome in the village as long as you and your sister behave like good girls? Yes, I swear we'll be good. Please release my sisters. I promise we'll all be good. Ah, I just missed the interesting cover transportation. How did it go, Meiji-tan? Are my jam bottles filled? Hearing the playful tone of a certain spirit group charged towards one of the carts where Zuri was seated, swaying her legs back and forth while looking at the crowd. I do not know if you're joking, Tsuri-sama, but if you intend to simply keep them, I cannot allow it. They are honorary citizens of this village and as such under my protection. How fascinating to think that the fluffy, uptight Mio-tan would try to defend those troublemakers. You do realize you're talking to the guardian deity of your village, right? I'm standing beside her too. I'm not going to just sit by and let an oath be broken. The girls of this village grown into quite some brave ladies. You must be proud, Hayat-kun. A soft cough came from behind the caravan as the village elders revealed himself, a smile on his lips. It seems they handled the matter perfectly without your aid, Tsuri-sama. Machi-tan, you just need to pull the plug off the jar to release them. However, make sure to keep them holding the staff I gave you tightly because it's the only means for you to channel the necessary magic. They can't all be prodigies at the magic like Miko-chan. The fox girl nodded, and with the help of Narumi, began to set free the other small slime girls. As they began their tasks, the guardians walked across to me, a frown upon her face. Man, I neglected to tell you an important matter, Takeru-kun. The gateway into the world has opened, and we'll be closing again within a matter of moments. Unfortunately, if you wish to return to your world, you must leave now. Shit. But there is no time for farewells, Takeru. Leave now without your farewells, or remain here in this village. Hey, where did Takeru-kun go and Tsuri? I don't know. Perhaps he is resting, Hayata-sama. Yeah, maybe he's going to go win me a prize, or get some food. I'm still a bit peckish. Recall the promise I had made. Turn back at the girls that gather around the released slime girls and follow her as she picked her way through the trees and into the woods. It was unfortunately that I couldn't say my farewells, but I had a mission to accomplish. It's a harsh decision to make. However, I doubt that this is the last we hear from you, Takeru. The spirit smiled briefly at me, while her hands briefly pressed against my shoulders. A light shove pushed me backwards. What was that for? Slightly startled as I felt a sudden dizziness overcome me. The last thing I could hear were the spirits whispering in an amused tone. Good luck, you're going to need it. Before I had the chance to say anything else, I found my body getting heavy. My vision blurred. Soon it was consumed entirely by darkness. 2 months and a half later, a soft sigh escaped my lips as I wandered along with the familiar path leading towards the shrine I subconsciously came to call Tsuri Shrine. It had been around 2 months now since the fateful judo tournament I had to participate in. Honestly, it was amazing. Thanks to Narumi Mio training, I was able to push my way into the finals and ended up being a champion. However, it didn't quite go planned. I was kind of embarrassed by it all, but they declined a proposal for me to start playing on an international level. And when I announced that the reason I declined was because of my promise to a girl, it reached the newspapers all over the country. Rushing Star ends career for the sake of true love. It was just one of the many silly headlines that they had written, and yet it was the truth. I declined because of the promise I made to Miko that day, that I would return to everyone after I finished my match. But perhaps I had been too naive, thinking that it would just be that easy. For 2 months now, I have been visiting the shrine every day, praying and calling Aratiri, but my calls have been left unanswered. Of course, knowing her, she's likely laughing her rear off at me standing here shining like a hawker. I smile weakly as I look around the area, recalling familiar look to the place I visited alongside the Kitsune. Speaking about the girls, while the Kitsune mansion had disappeared, it looked like the name of the city had an interesting connection to the other world. was said many generations ago the city was still a small town that was saved from a group of malicious fiends. I assumed bandits, but in the end, they named this city Tsukino Toshi. A city named after a certain descendant? Couldn't be more coincidence, could it? Ah, well, guess I'll visit again tomorrow. Okay, I could have sworn I heard something when a bird break started to rustle through the trees. This moment I turned away from the sun. A circle of unfamiliar symbols started to form beneath me. Wait, history? What happened to the old methods? Of course, before I could get a response, the circle lit up and I felt myself literally falling through the ground. Or rather, there was a lack of any surface beneath me. It felt like I was being pulled through a tunnel, also a dark tunnel that went on for several moments before a light came into view, and... Watch out! I could only let out a short shout as warned before. I found myself dropping out of the air on top of two girls standing beneath me, causing the three of us to topple onto the grass with a loud thud. Hearing grumbling from the land from the two I had landed on, and opened my eyes. Ow, that really hurts. What the hell? See, this is what happens when you try to cast magic beyond your capabilities, Miko-chan. You need to give up. This hunt is going to be the death of you. I'm not going to give up. Takani made a promise. I made a promise we'd keep trying to find ways to gain back to another, so no, I'm never, ever going to stop. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely gobsmacked, stunned beyond the ability to speak. Miko, it was them. Here on top of me, arguing with one of another. It was too good to be true. You are a fool, Miko. Even Mio-san has given up on the hunt. You know what Tear said. That sort of things can only happen when the forest itself needs it to. It takes more than just one person to do it. What you're trying to do. Sheesh. Tear only saying that because she's a big, stupid meaty pants. She's lying. You're all lying. I get him back. We made a promise. Miko, I miss him too. Really, he left a hole in all of our hearts, which we'll just need to let time heal. I am so sorry that you have to go through all of this, but must believe me, it'll get better in time. How about getting better right now? Hello, ladies. It's kind of cruel to talk about me like I died. It worked. I knew it would work. It worked. Sakura, it was so magnificent to see you again. I'm so happy. Just happy to. The girl's moment incarnate as she began sobbing in front of me. Miko having been sobbing ever since she saw me. I smiled lightly, still rather sore from the impact, and brushed both of them on the hair gently. Hey, did you two really miss me that much? Yes. Your disappearance was caused of some concern. Siri told us that you had to take the choice. And well, we understand why you did. Did you win your tournament? Of course I did it. It was thanks to everyone's help that I was able to become a champion. Hey, I think it fell down here. I think I see Chi-chan. Hey, Chi-chan, is everything alright over there? And she could open her mouth to call out. Miko leaped to her feet and took a deep breath. He's back. What? No kidding, I want to see. There came a loud clapping and rustling from the shrubs nearby. The sound of the two girls pushing through bushes at speed. The two girls rushed into the clearing, gasped loudly. Oh wow, you really are back. 88, how could you just leave us without even saying goodbye? Mention, he had to choose, he had to. I know that. I just never got to say goodbye. Is that all? Oh, jeez, you're such a dissonary. Well, at least I'm not. Nah, I don't care. He's back. He's great to see you again. Taking Wow, you know it's good that I'm back. At least, I bet you did well in your tournament. Is my rival going to be a champion next time we spar? And so on it went. The girls kept talking into me, and I'll be honest, it washed over me a little. I was so happy to be with them all again. It didn't matter what was occurring. Oh, all the girls were happily conversing with each other. Actually, about me in my own world, among the other things, I couldn't help but notice the presence of one particular spirit, standing a small distance away from the group. The spirit was looking at us with a gentle smile upon her lips. I guess I won this bet. I wasn't sure if she was talking about someone in particular, but for a moment, I could see her gaze drift towards me, and the words that left her lips seemingly carry a lot of more importance than simple words. It seems you aren't done with your grand adventure to the good. I look forward to seeing what other forms of amusement you supply me with. What games are those? We shall see, dear boy. We shall see. And yep, everyone, this is the end. Wow, we actually made it. We made it to the end. Well done, everyone. We did it. Yahoo! We did it, guys. Every great story has a humbly beginning. While Gashinkan Kakeru's story has begun. One could say it's only the prologue to what it is yet to come. May we see you again next time. That's right. Well, that is the end, everyone, of Sakura Spirits. We finally completed, so yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy Sakura Spirits episodes that I've made on this channel. And I'll see you guys next time.